So we're gonna touch on a topic here: the civil rights movement. During the 1950s and 60s, where the people in the South decided to treat other people differently from them because they look differently from them, talk differently from them, behave differently from them. These people were attacking, their fellow Americans based up, off of what they perceive those people to be, not leaving them to be who they want to be. That's where they were. Whatever they were to, whatever those people want them to be, they weren't doing what they want them to do. That's that's what I got from the story. And also, there were people there who were using acts of violence just to keep other people in line, to force them to do what they want them to do. And as I listen to the story, I noticed some things there. First of all, the people who were carrying out the acts of violence, number one, they weren't happy. They were not loving, they were not kind, and they were not compassionate. That has led, up until this day, a lot of people still have anger, hate, resentment, and bitterness left over from the 1950s and 60s. We can still see that in our society today. Those people who were carrying out those acts of violence, they could not give anything else except for what we saw there. They didn't have it in them. It wasn't inside of them to be loving, kind, and compassionate. Despite the fact that other people look different from you, behave different from you, talk different from you, they have a different culture from the one that you have. They were doing things like such as interracial dating. To some people, they think this is immoral and wrong in their eyes, so they will use violence to force the individual to do what they think is right. Not that they have any proof, any scientific proof to show that interracial dating is wrong. It's a belief system that they develop, they come up with. That's their ideas. And you know what? They believe that they were right. Probably they are. Because Henry Ford said, either way you are right. So, but when you pay close attention and you started to look at what would give them the motivation to hurt, harm, or cause damage to somebody else, why would somebody do that? Well, if you are not a loving, kind person, first of all, if you are not happy, then the opposite of happiness is sadness. What they were doing there was was really sad. But also, they could not give what they did not have. It's up to us to look at the past and look at those people. Understand that they did what they know how to. I would go as far as to say they were perfect for where they were. That's all they know. They know how to keep people in line by using violence. They would go that far. At least they did went that far. Now we are still feeling the effect of that today in our society, which we have a lot of tension here today. And that has been coming from the 1950s and 60s. So there you go. Resentment, hatred, bitterness, it does not go away overnight. And it probably will not go away at all until you bring the awareness to it and say, you know what? This is not how I want to live. We are actually living somebody else's program, somebody else's paradigm. That's not our life. That's not the life that we want to live. We do not want to live a life of hate, anger, and resentment. Love, joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance, freedom to move, to do the things that we want to do, the things that we think is right for us, not what we think is right for somebody else or what somebody else think is right for us. That is part of the American history. We need to change that program, that paradigm that has been passed over or passed on to us. That's not our life. We weren't the ones who were doing those things back then in the 1950s and 60s. Somebody else was doing it. But for some strange reason, we are now living that reality that somebody else has created. That must change. We have to change it, and we will. Change your mind, change your words, change your thoughts, change your paradigm, change your world. Your world can become a better place, but you have to change to meet that world that you wanted to see. You first have to change first to get the things that you desire. It won't come to you until you desire, until you make the change. Once you make the change, then you'll start see the little bits and pieces of of the reality, that the life that you wanted to live. My name is Ryan. Looking forward to see you in another video. Have a good one. Bye for now.